Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat chat chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me then. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have
that one before.
No. We'll talk about that one more.
Terrible idea.
Whoa. Hello.
What's up?
What's happening? What's happening?
All right, first things first, Packy will be joining us in the first hour. So yeah, he's got some time to spend with us sometime between 6 and 7. I told him at his convenience, whenever he can make it, we'll take it. So
should we also take care of some cleaning here and tell them that for temporarily after the show, we're going to be moving to Wednesday nights?
Yeah, we're going to move to Angel came up with the idea to move to Wednesday nights during football season, because I know that, people have fantasy football teams, and most of the time good games are on Monday night. There's a pretty good game on tonight, unless you're a Broncos fan. Of course, you might be interested. I actually bet money on the Eagles tonight. So
now I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, we're going to see how this goes.
Fly, Eagles, fly.
Yeah, that's a sure way to if there's any way to guarantee a Chiefs win is for me to bet any amount of money on the Eagles. So
I have a celebration beer that I'll have too here in a minute. So I'll save it for here in just a few. I'll show you. Yeah. But yes, we did get a win last night, 4 in a row.
Yeah. I saw that y'all were looking pretty good early. I didn't see the end of the game, but then I saw your post on Facebook, and I figured that
Mile High Magic, baby. Looking forward to getting Mr. Packy on here.
Yep.
We've talked to him about it a few times. Now we finally get him on. Not as long as we'd like, but it's still going to be a fun little time to have him on here.
We'll take it.
Yep.
He's just a couple hours down the turnpike in Wichita, so we see him at tournaments and stuff all the time. And me with the YouTube connection, I've talked to him off and on about certain things, and so good dude. Looking forward to having him.
Yep. My daughter's a giant fan of his too, so she's always got to see and give a hug to Packy. Trust me, she already asked me when she got home from gymnastics if she would be able to come down and see Packy, and I said, honey, I don't think he'll be with us at that point, but
maybe we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. I'm drinking the I think we've had one of these, I can't remember, but Fairhope Causeway IPA. Just brought those up, and he had asked me if we'd tried them yet, and I couldn't remember, but I had stuck them in the fridge down here for the next show. So, and I've got a couple left, so you can have one next time you're here. But it's a very malty IPA.
Oh, okay. I don't think we did have one then. That doesn't sound familiar.
And if we would have had one, it would have been a couple months ago, because he brought them at KCO. So my wife and I are having dinner and a movie. This being the movie. God, I hope
I like your life choices.
Yeah, I hope you don't have a reaction channel.
Yeah. I'm drinking a little Oak and Eden here, a gift from Jason Crouch for a birthday.
Yes. That stuff's good. What kind is it? Is it the Bourbon Inspire or whatever else? They've got several different ones, and you can have, the cool thing about those is you can actually personalize your own one. So you can get on and you can pick your oak stave that you want them to put in the bottle, and there's a few different things that you can pick, and that's actually really cool.
I don't remember which one it is. I'll tell you tomorrow. People aren't gonna hear on here gonna care, but yeah, I'll find out and tell you later. I don't remember which one it is.
Yeah.
All I know is it's just outstanding, and I figured I'd have a little whiskey as a show starter.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a kink in my neck.
So yeah, there's not a whole lot of we did get some actually good questions sent in for Packy. I'm proud of y'all. The ones that sent in questions, I'm proud of you, because we got some pretty good questions. Normally there's some there's some random nonsense that pros really don't. It's kind of like, same old questions they get asked all the time, and just kind of basic stuff that doesn't really pertain to much of anything. Just kind of fluff questions, but there's some good stuff in there. So
good, I like it. We appreciate it.
And the questions are not just, they won't just be questions. It's something to kind of lead into kind of like an angle at like a different topic or something. So
yeah, I tortured myself at Gage all weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday was a urethane fest.
Yeah, I didn't ask you how you did. I saw some posts from some other people, but yeah,
I bowled pretty good I bowled pretty good on the pattern Saturday for the most part. I fell off late. It's when I should have got out of urethane and went into reactive. I think I would have been just fine. I was actually in the number for the ladder for a little bit through the first three.
Yeah.
Purple hammer. It looked. I finally made urethane look good for a change. So I fell off late. I should have got into something like my forge flare that's just early and pukey, just because they were hooking so much. But I made the game plan to stay in the urethane, and I paid for it. So. Then Sunday they hooked so much. I bowled awful. I 8-pinned 6 times on Sunday. Yeah.
Well, I saw Crouch had the front 10 at one point, and he was just chucking it at the ditch.
Yeah.
Like he was just full on getting inside of it and just sending it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they were hooking it from everywhere. I mean, that place always hooks in general, but gosh, I mean, we're talking, when I say violent friction, I mean when the ball wants to get up and go and turn, it gets up and goes and turns.
Well, it's kind of funny. There's a couple times I've been out there for league, and the gutter, it's like impossible to gutter almost, because you throw it in that direction, and it's just like they have the bumpers up. It just stops and checks.
Oh yeah, it's like they don't oil like the first 5 boards. Yes, it was fun. I drank some beer.
Yeah.
I had a good time bowling with Crouch. We both couldn't put anything together. He had that one big game, and then both of us couldn't put anything together. When I 8-pinned, every time I start stringing something, it drove me nuts. But it's not like I was missing spares or anything. It was just not my day. But it was a little bit of a confidence builder though. Saturday when bowling on the pattern, it was tricky. I mean, Trevor didn't have the greatest day. The left side didn't really have that great of a look either. So, like Brandon Carlson, I believe, struggled pretty bad on Saturday. And it's weird seeing him throw a purple hammer, but he was.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to think who else. I mean, they had a good amount of teams. So Sunday we had in the 30s, and then we ended up 31, 32 for the total number on Saturday, and that was without Packy and them coming down. So
yeah,
it's kind of surprising. But yeah, overall, take it into showing on Wednesday night for a little Thanksgiving Eve.
Yeah, we got the Thanksgiving Eve tournament. It's only 6 games, and it starts at 7 something, so you should get out of there at a decent time.
Oh, I'm sure it'll still be 2 a.m.
Up too late. But you also got us a guest for the next show. Mr. Zach Wilkins. PBA Pro Zach Wilkins from Canada is in the area now. He lives in Kansas City. And he's just one of the coolest dudes out there, period. We bowled with him at Tulsa a month ago or so. And yeah. So
he's a lot of fun to talk to.
Put me on.
He's one of those pros too that will literally bowl with anybody. He don't care. So
yeah,
he's down to earth. He even told me his exact words were, because I said, well, if you come on with us, you've got to have a beer. And he says, well, I'll just get a damn case.
Yeah.
Boom. Problem solved.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Definitely very cool. Looking forward to having him on the show.
Yeah. He also has made a TV show for those that don't know. So cool bowling, tech talk, string pins, Luke Rose, House. Go Broncos, baby. Absolutely.
A slow golf clap.
Isn't there a guy that always posts on somebody's videos?
Scotty Thompson. He says the same thing on everybody's cool tech talk bowling. I'll have to save. I need to save this for as soon as Packy gets on, because he'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
I was wondering. I've always seen a guy. Is he being serious?
I have no idea.
Because he'll post like on Hammer or Storm with their ball videos. Yeah. It's like he posts the same thing every time.
Yeah, cool bowling tech talk, whatever, or cool tech talk storm bowling, whatever, blah blah. Amazing. There was a question in here that, yeah, there's a couple questions in here. Let me get to. There's one from Emerald Sin talking about, can you ask Packy? But Packy has actually talked to me about this before, because even though I'm one-handed, he's two-handed. Me being a fairly new lefty, trying to get decent anyway. I've hit him up a couple times for some pointers. And one of the things is, on the left side, speed is pretty important. You just don't really see a successful lefty that can't throw it hard. Even somebody like a Jacob Buttriff can throw it 18, 19 miles an hour. Can you ask Packy if there's a trick to make two-handed spare ball go straight? Flattening your hand doesn't seem to do anything two-handed. It should, if you just, because Packy does, he flattens it, rolls it end over end. And so if you have it going end over end, it's not just going to pick up and magically start hooking a different direction. But one thing that Packy told me is that when he started two-handed, somebody that was coaching him told him, it was like, you need to learn to throw it hard. So focus on throwing it as hard as you can. And then once you get the feel for that, then we'll pull it back. So we want to develop your ability to throw hard if you need to, and then we can rein it back in from there. But that's one of those things, is that especially being two-handed, if you don't have the speed to go along with it, you're going to cause yourself more problems with the revs than anything else. Also, Luke, as soon as this is being glitchy for some reason. You had the IQ Tour urethane, yes, we actually filmed for it yesterday. I got the cuts up for my YouTube members, Patreon crowd, and I can't put the review up until Friday. It will be done and ready to go up on Friday, so Black Friday, look for the IQ 78 review. So,
cool. Oh, also, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We're a couple days away from us all putting on 10 pounds.
Yeah.
10 pounds of food and relaxing and taking naps and watching the Detroit Lions play. No, actually, the Detroit Lions actually have a fun team to watch this year, so it'll be a nice change.
Yeah. Yep.
I need to move my other computer.
IQ 78 looks good.
So no one ever.
Yeah. It's a symmetric hot cell. That's all I'm gonna say. See you Friday. The video is gonna be there's a kind of leading into this thing that we're talking about with Packy, because they've got the PBA league schedule out, the new PBA hardness rules for that stuff. That's why there is a new blue hammer and why there's an IQ 78, because the PBA raised the minimum hardness for urethane balls to 78. And so the purple hammer can't be thrown anymore. The pitch black can't be thrown anymore. And so that's why these things are a thing to begin with. So we're going to talk to him about that. Plus, the other thing is the Packy's got some old vintage gems. And the other thing about this, one of the other rules, is that they can't throw anything that's older than August 1st of 2 years ago. So August 1st, 2022, they can't throw anything older than that. And so I know that Riley specifically has been looking, or, Riley and a lot of other pros, just, Simo can't throw idols anymore. Riley has a spy that he likes throwing, but the one that he has is older than that, and so he has to get a new updated one. So some of these old super vintage, like Packy had some kind of like Kmart plastic ball from 1970 or something that he'd pull out every once in a while. So yeah, that's why this stuff is a thing anyway. So the only urethane, they had to get something out, and so the only urethane that Storm players are going to be able to use is the IQ 78, and the only urethane-ish ball that the B7 bowlers are going to be able to use is the new blue. So, Storm dude, yeah, he's.
That sounds like, with these headphones that I wear, that sounds like literally I'm right underneath him.
Oh yeah,
yeah, these are great.
Yep, he's playing with an antler up there.
I was wondering if that's what that was.
And a lot of the pros, like you'd see, Simo would had like a grenade, like an old.
Yeah.
Some of them have just this super old stuff for certain situations, and they can't use this stuff anymore. So
what was the quantum one that he did for the fun video he did? The golden black one that was like half urethane, half.
Oh, the quantum helix. Yeah, it had that.
Yeah.
Farm dog, thank you.
He's storming all right.
Yeah, the quantum helix. So he it was an old ball that had like a urethane strip, or it was like a reactive strip through urethane. I can't remember.
Yeah, that's right.
But it was one of those. I remember I bowled a league with a kid that had one of those a long time ago.
Ugliest bowling ball ever made. It's pretty ugly. I mean, the hot cell is pretty ugly too. But
does the new league system mean that the tour players can only make the league next year if they bowl well? The new league setup is that people will actually have stops. This is the big criticism of the league. It's not really like a league. It's like an exhibition thing at the end of the year where they just have a couple days of qualifying and then they a one game roll off type of nonsense for a couple rounds, and then they're actually going to have league stops at each of the places, or maybe not each, but at some of the stops that they have the regular stuff at. They're going to have like some actual league matches to make it a real actual league. So
they listen to us.
Yeah, they actually listen to people. So
yeah. You and I both agree that that's exactly what we thought they should do too. If I remember correctly, that we're both on the same page. And I wish they would incorporate the cities more if they're going to do these cities, the stupid city thing that they do.
Yeah.
Instead of just calling city. Yeah, I wish they'd do that more, but hey, we're in the step of the right direction. So
yeah,
we're that plus.
Yeah, even if they don't have them in the actual city, I don't care. They're actually doing some league matches, period. So
yeah. For show.
So yeah, and there, as far as I know, they're still going to draft. They're still going to draft teams. They're going to have their keepers, and then they're gonna have a draft. And so, yeah. Now I would hope next year, because it's been kind of, to some extent, it's been kind of like Medlin is sometimes, like our scratch league, where people don't necessarily take the best player on the board. They'll dip down several spots, take a friend or somebody that's been there for a long time or something like that. So it's one of those things where it's like they probably should pick from the best teams from the player pool, but at the same time, somebody like a Wes Malott is always, even though he's not up there in the PBA rankings anymore, you put him in the league setting and he's just nails.
Monster. Yeah, he's just good at it. Like he's a good teammate.
There's some of them that just thrive in that type of environment, and some of those, people will complain about what happens on paper. It's like, oh, this player was better, but they picked this player. It's like, well, for what you're picking for, it's just like setting a lineup for one of those things too. Some better bowlers might be really good leadoff bowlers, or some you just want in certain places in that lineup because of the type of player that they are.
Right. Jonathan, I don't think. Well, Luke's got a week off bowling. I think James is bowling Wednesday. I'm sure he's. We still got bowling, but there's a tournament this week, so.
Yeah. There's a Thanksgiving Eve tournament in Kansas City. We're not bowling it, but I know James is going to bowl it. You're going to bowl it because you're going to be in town anyway. James lives in Kansas City. It just keep us up a little too late. And
yeah, I mean, I'm staying in Kansas City, like you said, so I'll be getting out of there and going straight to my mom. So
yeah, so that's going to be better for you anyway. So.
Oh, and they got the whole Baumgartner clan bowling now. I found out yesterday. I guess Michelle and Paul and Trent and Phil, they're all bowling too. So there's a big group. I think Woz said yesterday that they are full.
I would that one normally fills up.
It's a fun one to bowl because it's one of those that, you're used to seeing these people in tournaments and leagues and everything, but it's kind of like you get to see them for a tournament setting in the middle of the week, all your friends. It's kind of cool. It's always a fun night. Everybody's always out and about and having beer and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. I'll have fun whether I bowl good or not.
Yeah.
And it is the very last points tournament too. So.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to the season kicking back off. I'm going to try to be a little bit more active this year. We got to the point where it's every single time that Angel and I went to a tournament, it was like a $300 day just for the basic tournament entry. and gas, and then eating something or whatever else. It's like, well, it's $300 a day. And so she's not going to do so much of the tournaments anymore. I want to get a little bit more into them. And so if it's just me bowling, it's going to be a little more feasible to do that. I'd kind of like to get back into the points race and stuff like that, and I'm bowling a little bit better. So
yeah, you are.
Try to get back up to snuff a little bit.
It is 6 games, Jason. I wish it was 8. I'm already there. Screw it. Let's do 8. But I understand why.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Ball Review. It's pretty good.
Okay, I'll hit this first one. If my mouse would stop dancing all over the place.
You can feature the comments back on screen if you want, if it's easier.
Oh yeah, let me do that. I forgot about that. If
it's easier for you, that is.
My freaking mouse, my batteries must be dying or something because this thing's bouncing all over the place.
And remember when we were asked last week? I've got to say this on here. When Angel was asking the questions about the who would play me in a movie, and Jason Crouch had to low blow me and say Vern Troyer.
Yeah, wee man.
I say I'd like to have his pocketbook, but so I'm still a little taller than that guy.
Yeah, for myself, a high rev, high speed dominant player. I love playing the straighter angle. Love throwing at first arrow. Would you think the IQ Tour style or the NV Tour style? I think the NV Tour would be better because it's got a little bit more torque. It's got a little bit more on the ass end. The IQ is just going to be a little slow for you sometimes. I think the NV Tour hooks a little bit more. Plus, it's got a little bit more boom down lane. So I think that's probably better.
Both are great balls, though. So,
what's up, Ed? Yeah, I have no idea where you heard fusion as far as describing a ball and/or ball. I have never heard that term used to describe ball motion before. I would be very interested where you heard that or who said that to you or what, because I have actually not ever heard of that before.
That's a new one to me too. I haven't heard that. Sorry if I stepped on you there.
Nope.
If we seem to talk over each other sometimes when we're not next to each other, it's because there is a slight delay. So when I think he's saying something,
It's the ADD. We talked about this the other day because James and I kind of do this on our show too. It's just like you have an idea. As soon as somebody says something, then it pops something into your head. You have a comment, and then you don't want because it's always dumb. It's like, okay, well, I have something to say. I'm just going to sit on it. And then if somebody else keeps talking and the conversation goes a different direction, you feel like an idiot coming back and well, what we were talking about 5 minutes ago, I had a point to make on that. So it just sounds dumb. So we just talk over each other. It doesn't really matter.
Just sitting here like, boy, I'd really like to shake this one out.
Yeah. It's like a sports talk show sometimes. I mean, sometimes those guys get to talking back and forth, and it's just all over the place. If you got something to say, you got something to say. You got to get it out. So.
I was watching Pat McAfee the other day, and he says he was sitting there finishing up what he was saying, and the guy in front of him, he could see him sitting there smiling. So he's like, oh, God, I know what's going to come out of his mouth. I've got to get to him because I know he looks like he's got something he's got to say. So. But yes. So apologies if we talk over each other.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Excuse me. Yeah, I like this chat overlay. I like that a lot.
Yeah. This makes it easier. It's fun for people to see what's going on there too. So hey, congrats on your Broncos.
Thank you. Back in the playoff hunt now, baby. Let's go.
Don't say things like that when I'm taking a drink.
Sorry. Woo!
Hey, the teams that they've beaten, everybody, everybody has completely forgotten about the Dolphins game.
Oh yeah,
everybody's completely forgotten. Or if they try to bring it up, they're just going to sound dumb.
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole totally different team now from that game to this game. So
yeah.
I forgot it even happened until you just said it. Thanks, Luke.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Not everybody forgot.
I mean, they've gone on a heck of a run here, so.
And they actually have looked halfway decent doing it. It's not like the defense looked really good. They turned the Chiefs over what 4 times, and then they did the same thing to what did they
5.
do with the Bills the next week?
Turned the Chiefs over 5, turned the Bills over 4, and then last night we turned the Vikings over 2 more times.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I mean, all anybody's talking about is Dobbs right now. So
yeah, we put that to rest.
And he's still pretty good, but
yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how glad are you for Hackett to be gone and bringing the Jets to the Broncos? Yeah, he's absolutely a train wreck. And I had high hopes for that guy when he came in too, but it is what it is. But Sean Payton saying what he said, he wasn't wrong. He called him out. It was a little messed up, but this is what he said though. He wasn't wrong.
Whatever.
So, hey, I'm happy. It's the first time I've seen my team winning football games in a really long time. So
for a long time.
Don't get me wrong. I still sit down here in my house and I still get mad. So at least your team can turn points from turnovers. That's the thing is against the Bills, we really didn't. I mean, we had 4 turnovers. We only had 3 points. But have we heard from Packy yet?
Nope. Okay. Haven't heard anything, but he was talking about 6:30 anyway. So
yeah, he said 6:30 or 6:37, something like that. So he will be joining us soon. We promise for those that are watching.
Yep.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have to send him one of those hoodies, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mizzou football. Thank you, Jason. COU, baby. Yes, I will have to send him one. Coming on and doing the show with us.
Thanks for promoting Casey Murphy and his YouTube showing the certified string pins. Yeah, I mean it's nothing that he went out of his way to bowl on. It's nothing that he's like promoting so just putting that out there. They have Travel League in Springfield. They bowl at this house. This house put in string pins. He filmed it. That's all. He has no dog in the fight. He's not said anything one way or the other about whether he likes them, whether he hates them, whatever else. He's just putting it out there. And he's got some pretty good ball reviews too. He's a Storm staffer. They're very simple. He puts a few of his thoughts kind of in different points in the video. And so if you're somebody that likes the simpler, shorter, I just want to take a look at the ball, get a couple thoughts, move on. I don't need all the nonsense and what's going to end up being a 30-minute video about the IQ 78 on Friday here. You can just watch him throw a few shots and keep it simple. So.
I actually do enjoy watching Casey's live league. Is it league stream? I think it's like a league stream, right? And he just turns the camera on and just goes.
Yeah.
I mean, you get to see the string pins. I mean, like what we've talked about before, we don't really have them around. I guess that's wrong. We've got Wamigo, but I don't think it's certified.
No, it's not certified. And then Packies aren't certified at Wichita State. Nebraska's got them in their practice. Nebraska's got both. They've got free fall and they've got string pins. But theirs aren't certified either. So the closest certified ones for us, and I've heard some more statistics. There's only 14 certified string pin centers in the country.
Really? Really? Are they all Bolero centers?
No.
Really? Just curious. I didn't even know that. So. I don't think. And this is the funny thing that somebody asked about the PWBA since USBC certified them. Is the PWBA going to be bowling on string pins? And I'm like, I don't think they're going to go out of their way to do that. I would actually see the PBA doing it first because a lot of Boleros are string pin centers. It'd be very easy for the PBA to, set up a certify one house and just do it for the fun of it. But that actually is a great question to ask Packy if he knows why WSU did not certify him.
There's really no reason to do it because they're just practicing. There's no fair. And see that's the thing is that there's no reason to go out of their way to meet the certification because it's just for practice. And so they're not having any kind of competitions there. They're not having leagues. They're not having tournaments, no kind of competition. So there's really no reason for them to go out of their way and do it. They're just practicing. They don't care if the pins fall down. They don't care what the scores are. They don't care about anything. So it's just, they don't have to care about anything like that. And that's what a lot of practice facilities are is, they just need to have the equipment that they need to practice and train. And outside of that, it's not that big of a deal. So.
Yeah, it's just the Radigan Student Center. They do just WSU and they do open bowling for the students, I believe, is what they do. So
yeah,
they actually have some sneaky good food in there. Just FYI.
Oh, okay. I haven't actually been in there. So
when I was a kid, I used to go to the Wichita State camps.
Yeah.
Fun fact, actually, I used to go every year, and Crystal and Russ were for 3 of the 4 years that were our instructors or whatever.
Yeah.
And so every time I sit down and talk with him about it, I always bring up old stuff about that. He's like, dang, you make me feel old.
Yeah.
All right, I got to have it before Packy comes on. Thank you, Mr. Bill. It is very tasty. It is a hoppy pale ale called Broncos Country from Breckenridge Brewery, and Breckenridge is money. It's the same place, Luke, that we had the whiskey from. That
Oh, okay. Sweet.
And that was good. Don't mind as I pour this beer here.
Yeah, the opinions people bring up on string pins or preferences, that's fine. I could be wrong, but I think J.R. Raymond thinks string pins are a joke. Well, they probably are. I mean, the more competitive bowlers just don't want to see it. And I would say that I don't really want to see them. I'm fine. I'm used to what we're doing now. I would bowl on them if I have to. I don't know that they're ever going to... It would be really hard to... That's one of those things where they want at the professional levels. I don't know that we're ever going to see professional tournaments on them unless it's an exhibition, because there's a big difference between, like I was saying, I made a point for like golfers, where golfers don't really care about mini golf and par 3 courses and whatever else. They know the difference between who's legit and who's not. And string pin, the whole idea for string pins is they're not trying to necessarily push those for like everything. And a lot of tournament directors are going to be on free fall pins. They're just trying to do this for centers so that they can stay open, or more, maybe they can open more bowling centers, and then have some mixed leagues in these houses or somewhere. I mean, it's if that's all you have to bowl on, then okay. But people take leagues a little too serious anyway, because the funny thing is that they think that string pins are bullshit, but we have super powerful reactive balls, wide open house shots that don't make anybody have to be accurate, flat gutters, bouncy kickbacks, whatever else, and they think that that's real bowling. But I'm not going to bowl on those stupid strings. Meanwhile, people that bowled on the bug sprayer and mop days with their black urethane ball or their black urethane ball on the wood lanes. So I think it's just league bowlers can't really see through their... I mean, because you'd have to think that even in Medlin, sometimes you think people like Zach Rhodes or Russ, Jay Futrell have to be a little bit burnt losing points every once in a while. Just even if they're not like actually mad, they just have to think every once in a while. It's like, gosh, if this was if we bowled on something even just slightly tougher, they'd be running over the league even more than they already are. If they put down something like chromium, those guys' averages would actually go up and everybody else's would go down.
I wouldn't mind if they said we're going to bowl on chromium every week. I actually don't mind that pattern.
Yeah, I think it's actually easier than a house shot. But
depends on the night, but it can be.
But for some people, it would separate things a little bit. The better bowlers would still be just fine, and the other bowlers would be in a little bit more trouble.
So you're saying it would separate the men from the boys? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, the higher average people from the lower average people.
That's nicely put. You know what? My personal opinion, I bowl on string pins. Do I care for them?
Yeah.
No. But if it's what keeps bowling alive, what do we? I mean,
yeah. And if we're just bowling league again, that's the thing is people take this, these score fest leagues on super walled up conditions and all the stuff we just talked about. They take that super serious, but strings are over the line. Strings are too far. There's no integrity in strings. Come on. If it's just league, that's one thing. I don't want to see them at national. The logic should follow. It's like, okay, well, if they're good enough for league, they should be good enough for everything. And it's like, well, there's some stuff that happens on, in lower levels of any game or any sport that you just wouldn't want to see at higher levels of the sport.
Right.
So it's one of those things where whatever, but I would just want to bowl on normal stuff, tougher conditions, free fall pins at nationals, at PBA tournament, professional tournaments, whatever else. And I don't think anybody's suggesting that, string pins are going to become the new norm or whatever else. It's just for,
I wouldn't mind a bowl tournament on them. Yeah. I mean, if we bowl, I don't know why people are so Like, I won't bowl on that. I won't bowl a tournament on that. I won't do any of that. Like, why not? If everybody's doing it, like if you're, it's not like you're the only one on strings and everybody's not. Why not? I mean, I understand. String pins are the Angel Hernandez of bowling.
That's a good one.
That wins the day as of right now. That's touche.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I'd rather win a pot
a good
40
one.
than not cash with 279 string pin. It might help with that. Hernandez one is pretty good. I tell you what. That's
Yep.
Old Angel.
Finally got rid of him. Somebody was telling me that they after this season.
Angel Hernandez? No, he's still there. He's good.
Still, yeah. All right. Well, somebody just making a rumor then.
No, there was a fake post thing that went around. Those umpires are so protected by they have their own union.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're not going. He's not going anywhere. He's awful, but he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. It's like a career politician.
Yes, I mean those guys will stay there for 30 years.
Not worth a damn, but they can't get rid of him. So,
nope.
Tisk.
Well, hopefully Packy's coming on soon.
Yeah. Again, I told him not to worry about it, but yeah, there's really not a whole lot going on in the world of bowling, and there's a couple topics to talk about, but I kind of want to leave him until he could weigh in because he's the guy. Most of this stuff pertains to him. There are some really, really big. These PBA rules are really, really big. I mean, they're very significant as far as the equipment rules go. So
yeah, I'm really curious to see how this all plays out this year on the tour with them being very, very limited on what they can throw. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy to think about it that we aren't going to see a purple hammer going down the lane in 2024.
Nope. We're not going to see any more. And the fun now here's the wrinkle though is that when they bowl the U.S. Open and the Masters, they're under USBC rules.
Yes, so they can't throw that stuff
until they get to the TV show. So they can bring all the purple hammers back out. Simo can bring his idols back out. They can bring all the other stuff back out, provided it meets the hardness requirements. But
sorry,
yeah,
I don't have an IQ 78U, but I have an IQ 78 IQ.
Yeah. Yeah, what if Nationals at Baton Rouge went to string pins? I really don't. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think that USBC knows where to draw that line. So
I wouldn't mind, Ed. I wouldn't mind a league where the pattern changed up.
Yeah, change the pattern every week. Because that's what used to happen when they did the bug spray and the mop and whatever. It was a different pattern on every single lane. Even if you had a good mechanic, you had to figure it out every single lane, every single night.
Yeah, you didn't have. There's no choice because it's kind of like the snowman where they hand spray it or hand oil it. Every pair is going to be so much different because there's no way they can spray it the exact same way all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, don't drink that. That's that awful one.
Dude, so what the weird thing is I was about to throw these away. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just open it up and try them. They taste completely and totally different in the bottle than they do in the glass. Because I opened it up another one and I'm like, well, this is actually good. This tastes nothing like that crap we had yesterday.
I don't want that. But you can have that all you want.
Yeah,
I'm not even sure I want to find out. Not even sure I want to find out.
Because that's tasty.
You know, this guy tried to sneak one for the ones that watched our little fun birthday show last week. This guy tried to sneak one by me thinking it was a Lagunitas IPA. I should have
given you the Guinness because the Guinness tastes amazing.
IPNA. I didn't even pay attention. It was my fault. And I took a drink of it. I'm like, oh my gosh.
That tastes completely different in the glass than it does in the bottle, and I have no idea why.
Will Purple Hammers be allowed at the USBC Masters count as a PBA title, but not run by them?
That tastes disgusting.
Yeah, it's awful. You can throw Purple Hammers at the USBC Masters, yes, but you will not be able to on the TV show.
Yeah, because the PBA, so they have to follow USBC stuff for the whole tournament, and then as soon as they get on the TV show, the PBA takes jurisdiction. So it's weird.
Almost kind of surprises me the PBA doesn't bring out their own lane machine and do their own lane stuff on TV shows for those.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always do the red oil on the Masters and Open. God, my neck, can't get my neck is killing me, so bear with me, guys.
Yeah, the Storm staffers are getting the IQs over the last few days. They have a rule that we can't post them until 21 days before release date. So Black Friday is the first day that we can post reviews. So, yeah. I said earlier, it's a symmetric hot cell, and my video is going to be literally like 30 minutes long. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Tons of stuff to talk about.
Sorry. Sorry, Storm. I'm not trying to bag on it. That just sounds awful.
It's a symmetric hot cell.
I mean, I won't say anything. I've seen the videos, so I won't.
Yeah.
I won't say anything.
The rest of y'all just either have to subscribe to the channel, hook up that membership, or send me some money and I'll send you the links.
Hey, hit that like button while you're at it too. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hit that like button on the old Streamo here. What is the next best color that the PBA TV show should use? I kind of think purple would be kind of cool. I don't know. We already used blue. You already used red.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm a big green guy. I like green, but I think purple would be kind of cool. You know what? Let's go black.
Yeah.
Black oil all the way down. Can't see the arrows. No nothing. Still the coolest lanes in out of all the lanes I've seen. Ryan University that has those blue, like navy blue lanes.
Yeah.
Those are sick. Guys, I'm telling you, if you have not seen them, is it Trine University that has them?
Trine. Well, there's a I think Soren's coach, Michael Jaczynski or something like that on Instagram. He's a lefty that throws it pretty good. And so if you haven't seen him, or Sydney Hollinger, perhaps, lefty girl. I think that's right. She also bowls. She's also had some videos on that there too. So
yeah, that's the lanes that they put in that place is so filthy.
Way too cool. I wish they do that more places, because those are really cool. But people would bitch about them. I remember when we had the lane shield at Gage. Yeah. It was purple lanes with orange arrows. People lost their minds for a few minutes, then they got used to them. And then they put in synthetics, and it's, I kind of got used to the purple lanes.
Who else had that for a while? Oh, Sterling Bull had that for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
it was a long time ago, and that's where I first bowled on. I mean, they had it forever. I mean, we were bowling the Metro League on that. I mean, that's how far back it goes. And then when I got out here to Gage, when I first moved out here with my wife, and live in this dump of a town. I kept walking into Gage for the first time. It wasn't the first time I'd been there. I bowled like some youth stuff there throughout the years, but and they got lane shield, and I'm like, okay, all right, I know exactly what this does. It's like a dump or like a flood of oil early, and it just blows up. Hooks so much. Like, Sterling had they had lane shield for a little bit, and the Metro League there, so it was back in the Metro League, we actually bowled on Sport Pattern every week. But teams had to be sponsored. Like, we had to have sponsorships, like a glass company or concrete company, whatever. We had to have that paid. And that league was good. I mean, the best bowlers in Kansas City bowled that league. Just happened to let me.
Sport Patterns would run off bowlers. That would run off bowlers faster than string pens. Yeah.
Sterling already hooks enough as it is. Jason Statham can play John. I like that. I like that answer.
That's actually realistically.
Makes me feel like a badass now. Kind of just want to go punch somebody now. Whoa. Yeah, I'm fired up now. That's actually realistic, though. Yes. Have you ever bowled at Sterling, though? By the way,
just curious. There's several houses in Kansas City. I haven't bowled at Gladstone. I haven't bowled at Sterling. I think really the only houses I bowled at Olathe, obviously, Lunar, Belton, and Summit. Like, those are the actual. I've been in Park several times. I've never actually bowled at Park.
So you've never bowled at Retro then? So you got Retro bullets up there. That's in Liberty.
Sterling.
Retro, they have awful approaches. Awful. They're sticky. I mean, they take good care of the center. It's just the approaches are awful. Did you ever bowl at Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I bowled at Pro Bowl actually just once. They had state there. They had state team there one year, and so I bowled there once.
For Kansas State, they had it in Missouri. Because it was on the Missouri side.
Autocorrect for TNT infused.
What?
I don't know.
Infusion.
You might be looking at the old comments.
Probably. But Pro Bowl was always so like a main event. Yeah.
If not bowled at the main event, will not be bowling at the main event. But it'd be about like bowling at the pennant here in town. Yeah. Like that's not going to happen.
I mean, I'll throw house balls do it. Oh yeah, I get my because we're still on a bowling talk. I get my notification day for work for our department holiday party, and guess where it's at? Guess where it's at? One guess. You'll guess it right away. At least I think you will. It's at Westridge, of all places. I'm like, really? I spent enough time at a bowling center. Now my company holiday partner, my team holiday party is going to be at Westridge. Did you die?
All this, I think all this stuff is. Oh no, there we go. It's just this is being stupid. Computer's being stupid.
Aaron's rip. We bowl a lot of stuff at Aaron's, Max. So we're actually That's where Wednesday night the Thanksgiving Eve tournament is too.
Yeah.
I just hate twister pins.
Me and my guy Joe got second in doubles at that Aaron. That's the only time I've ever bowled good there, though. Lefty. I thought it was going to be a nightmare, and this is an excellent question. Excellent question. I'm going to talk about this in my video. This is a great question. Why didn't they just make harder pitch blacks and purples? That's a perfectly fair question. The problem is, so typical urethane balls have very weak cores because the urethane is very, very early and very smooth. And so that's why you see them chalked up so much, because you want urethane to dig really early and then just kind of walk into the pocket.
Yep.
If they made stronger purples and pitch blacks with those cores, they would never hook.
No,
never
hook at all.
Never have a chance. You could mash them with 180 grit and they just hit the lane, they'd die, and they'd almost like back up. You might as well be throwing a mix. So that's why they had to do something different. We've had this on the show before, but if you, I don't really care what you think about CTD. Ron Hicklin, CEO Ron Hicklin, creating the difference. He did he did a fantastic video on the difference between urethane that's too hard and urethane, or harder urethane and softer urethane. So look up that video, go onto YouTube, find it. Amazing, amazing video. Tells you everything that you need to know. I'm going to link it in my IQ set because I'm going to talk through this stuff. That's one of the points I go to make. It's like, well, why didn't they just make a harder pitch black and a harder purple? Because everybody already liked them, so why not just bump the hardness and not even have to screw with anything else?
Right.
There's a huge difference. Huge difference between 73 hardness urethane and 78 hardness urethane.
Yeah.
And I think that the other thing too is that the pitch black cover gets, so the rule is that they have to be manufactured at 78 or higher, but then they can't fall below 73. I think the idea with Storm, at least, for keeping the pitch black cover, they're going to manufacture it at 78, but with use, it's going to get softer. As long as it stays above 73, that's why the PBA put that rule where it was, because they were finding that the balls were softening 3 to 5 points. And so you make them at 78. As long as they stay above 73, like all the reactive stuff, we have no problems. And so Storm using the same cover, just harder on a different core, that cover is still going to get softer with use. It's going to soften up, and it's going to grip more, and it's going to increase the performance. So with the weaker cores in them, just will never hook. And that's illustrated extremely well in that video that Hicklin did. So
why was the Revenant not as
The
good as the
Revenant not as good as the Spectre. Harder cover stock. Obviously, I mean the Spectre. If we got Spectres rolling in here at 68, and then we got 73 Revenants, that's your story. Legal bowling ball.
I'm sticking to.
You heard it here first.
My gut. Okay, keep reading through here. Sorry, I really do like this.
My gut says QT has more to do, or it has more to do with specific gravity. The hardness is going to affect the weight, therefore the core automatically will have to be adjusted. Not really. What it is the softer the ball is, the bigger it makes the footprint on the lane, or basically the point of contact between the ball and the lane. The softer the ball is, the bigger that gets. So the more surface area of the ball is actually in contact with the lane, which makes it hook more, it gets more traction, more stability, whatever else. The harder you make that, the smaller that footprint gets, and just the less the ball is going to be able to get traction. Somebody said it's like taking air out of your tires. You know, fill them up all the way and see what kind of traction you get versus taking a little bit of air out of the tires and seeing how much more traction you get because there's more tire touching the road. It's kind of the same concept.
That's kind of cool. I need to get through this so I can get something else.
Yeah. Any indication?
This Victory beer tastes good, though. I'm sorry.
Any indication as to how long it will take for balls like the new blue or IQ 78 to reach hardness 70 or 73 hardness or lower? I'm not sure what's going to happen with the new blue because it's not urethane.
Yeah, it's not urethane. It's reactive.
I have no idea. I don't know anything about that ball, really. It looks stupidly good, but other than that, I don't know anything about it. So,
God, it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it looks good. That's all I know. We'll ask Packy when he gets here.
I've debated myself on if I want to get one or not, but then I always tell myself, in what way would I need one?
Yeah.
I mean,
the PBA
I would have thrown one on Saturday. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. The PBA was saying that the covers, they were noticing, and even on a lane with no oil. So some of the manufacturers were saying, well, it's the oil that gets on the cover and it just artificially softens up the very, very outside of it. And the PBA said, well, we ran tests on lanes with no oil on them, and the ball softened up several points in like 10 shots. So I would say that an IQ 78 is going to get a whole lot softer really quick, but I don't know. Outside of the test being done, I'm sure that Hicklin's going to do those too. So I'm subscribed to the channel because they put out some good stuff. So I'm waiting. I know Ron said he's going to do some testing that direction. So yeah, I'm going to check it out. I don't give a heck.
You guys following any of CTD's new Black Bottle Ball Killer? I don't buy a lot of their stuff, and there's nothing to do with them nothing like personal. I use their pads. Their True Cut pads they're good.
Yeah, all their surfacing stuff is amazing. You can say whatever you want to about the rest of their products and how they run their business, but their surfacing products are ridiculous. Yeah. So
I don't use their cleaner or anything like that. I've got like 3 gallons of Motive cleaner down here. Motive cleaner, sorry, not Modin.
Yeah,
Motive cleaner down here from when I was on staff. So I will just go through that and then figure out what to do after that.
Have the manufacturers gotten better about cross-contamination of cover stocks in the last months? There's really not anything to do with that because it's just about production lines and when stuff runs behind other stuff. Actually, Tamer threw down the gauntlet. He put up a video a couple days ago about if you hate Reactogloss, here's how you fix it. So it just it's one of those things. Factory polish of any kind from any company, Reactogloss is worse dog shit than any other company has, but factory gloss is just to make a ball look good on the wall in the pro shop. It's not for performance whatsoever. And so the best thing that you can do for your ball reaction, no matter what company it is take the shine off. Take the shine off, give it a little soft reset to the cover, give that a little bit of TLC, and you'll be in a lot better shape. It doesn't really matter if the polish is actually good or not, or if it's a hydrophobic boat polish. It's just not good for ball reaction, period.
No, it's not. The B7 does a pretty good job. A lot of their shiny stuff has some surface on it early as it comes out, but
yeah, B7, they don't shine theirs, they don't mirror shine theirs like Storm does. But in Storm's defense, It doesn't take a whole lot of reactor gloss to make those things mirrors. It's a very fine polish.
No, they don't. Yeah.
Have you folks heard anything about the 100% synthetic pins highlight with the Brunswick Max Lifes? They're twister pins. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah. It's twister pins. Yeah. Is that what we're talking about? Are those 100% synthetic?
Yeah, they're 100% plastic. Brunswick did a video on them a couple days ago, but they're
okay.
Brunswick's version is twister pins. So yeah, same difference.
All plastic. They're still awful. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep.
Awful.
I love me some twister pins. Those are the last. String pins are the new twister pins.
You're 100% right. That's
twister pins at gauge, though. I will agree. Twister pins at gauge are a nightmare.
Oh, they're awful. Absolutely awful. I don't know. They just. That's what I was telling somebody the other day. I'm going to 8 or 9 pin at Aaron's, but they just hit differently. They sound dead. They just hit different.
Yeah, they sound different. They hit differently. So you're saying if we get a pie, we should just hit it with 2,000, knock the factory off. Yes, and it might not actually come at 2,000 just because it says that on the box. I don't know how many times I've gotten pictures from people. The Exponent is supposed to come at 4,000 out of the box. Angels looked like they took it out in the parking lot and kicked it around a little bit and then stuck it in the box. It was chalky, scratched up. And somebody else sent me a picture and said, somebody that works in a pro shop said, hey, we got some Exponents in. And he put one side by side. One was at 4,000 and another one was like at 500 or 1,000. They were, close to the same serial numbers and they came in the same order, but one of them was definitely nearly shiny and the other one was just chalky. So it's not even so much about cross-contamination. It's just making sure that if you surface the ball yourself, you know exactly where the surface is at. You go to take it out of the box, just because it says something on the box doesn't mean it's actually going to come out of the box like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it was. So you said it was all literally it was all scratched up.
It's such a low grit that you could see the scratches from the padding. It was 500 or something. And so
Pittsburgh, Kansas. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I thought you were done.
Yeah, Pittsburgh uses twister pins.
Oh, okay. Yeah, James just answered that. As I say, I thought he just bowled out there, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that some of these balls, because at 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, they start them at 500. And so sometimes I think they put them on the 500 pads and then they just don't make it to the finishing pad. They just, here's this, and then, let's shove them over here, put them in the box, and they're out the door. So.
All right. Well, hopefully we're going to have Mr. Hanrahan joining us soon.
Yeah, we catfished everybody. Sorry.
Well, he told us he was coming, so.
Tragedy. Yeah, he's coming. If not, we will mock him. Man, don't you besmirch my twisters, especially the ones in Pittsburgh. I bowled in Pittsburgh one time, and if it wasn't for this hack named Brian Goebel, I'd have swept everything.
Pittsburgh has the deadest twister pins that exist. How in the heck is it not gauge bowl? Those are awful. Those twisters are so dead, it's not even funny.
Yeah, twisters don't like shape. So if you get the ball turning sharply on the back end, they hate that. You'll never carry. So you need to find that. That's why people that just kind of chuck the ball down there and just kind of barely hit the head pin and slap them all sideways, that's why they score, and why people that create more ball motion in the pocket don't, because twisters just hate angle.
Maybe, I mean, there's not much of a rocket coming out of me, but maybe that's what I need to do in that place is just kind of throw it hard and fluff it at the head pin.
Clickbait, even shilling.
Even shilling.
Michelle.
It's gonna be fun when we get them on here. It's actually, if we can get them on here this last hour, that'd work out perfect too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to go with little Voodoo Ranger Juicy Haze IPA.
That's a good one.
Still one of the coolest breweries I've ever been to.
I'm gonna drink my next non-alcoholic beer out of the container it came in because this is disgusting.
Dude, I told you that was absolutely wretched.
Well, and that's the thing. I ended up drinking the rest of them. I've got this one and then the other one left. I ended up drinking the rest of them because I just drank them straight out of the bottle/can. It's like these taste nothing like. And then I just took a sip out of that one before I poured it in here. It tasted nothing out of the bottle like it did. This is disgusting. The first couple swigs out of the bottle was fine. So I don't know. The Guinness is really good though, and the Sam Adams Hazy is pretty good. So, of course, I told you the other. Well, I actually hadn't tried the other stuff before I made you the guinea pig. So,
yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. I took a drink of that, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if I should be mean and tell them this is awful.
yeah. No, they were legitimately awful. I hadn't tried them before, and I thought, okay, well, I've read reviews on these; they're supposed to be good, and the Sam Adams Hazy IPA was pretty good, and so I thought, okay, well, we'll just go with it. And that was a terrible decision.
Pour it back in the bottle. I can see him. I can see him just dumping it in.
Yeah, the James has got up here. I don't drink, but some of the cans that craft beers come in are awesome. I have some of the sours that I drank from a Prairie Brewing Company. The Rainbow Sherbet one has all kinds of crazy stuff on the can.
Rainbow. Oh yeah. Rainbow Sherbet. Oh, there was a good question in here earlier, by the way, and I saw it a long time ago. I don't remember who asked it. I want to say it was Jonathan Tiffany. It was non-bowling related, but it's definitely one that I want to hear your answer to. What is your favorite Thanksgiving side? And I'll go first, and it is definitely stuffing. Don't at me.
Yeah.
What is yours?
What's that?
Your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Oh. My mom makes a sweet potato casserole that has like brown sugar and walnuts and stuff on top.
Is that the one that came from the beer?
Say what?
Is that the one that the beer was done by, or your brother did the beer for?
No. Well, yes, he did have one based on that.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, I just had to ask. Like, I love me some stuffing. Just had to put that out there. It was earlier, and I was sitting here thinking about it. I'm like, curious what people's roles because I end up looking like one. My mom has a recipe for portobello pecan stuffing, the best Thanksgiving side of it. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Green bean casserole is pretty legit. My mother-in-law makes a mean green bean casserole. Hers. Just was curious what it is with the. I guess it's Thanksgiving week, so it's topic, but. I will say I'm not a huge turkey guy. I'm really not.
I'm not a big turkey person either. It's all about the mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh yeah, give me the sides, baby. Get sides all day.
I guess if you consider that a side, yeah, that would be I consider that the main body. Like turkey, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Those are the main, and then everything else is a side.
I mean, I can have turkey, but I've got to have like a lot of dressing on it. Not dressing, but you know what I mean. But gravy. That's
Better Bay biscuits.
Gravy. Yeah. Hey.
We need to just make the Brussels sprouts at Longhorn. Those need to be a Thanksgiving side, and then that would be the best one.
You can have Brussels sprouts.
Turducken.
I will say I'm a ham guy. Now, if we can make it a ham thing, I'll be all right with it. I do like me a little bit of ham. Anyways, carry on. Sorry to take us off the bowling topic and get into food. If you're hungry now, I apologize. Turkey out. Guinness beef stew is the new Thanksgiving main. Guinness beef stew. Okay, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
All right, I'm intrigued. You've got to tell me more. You can't just tell.
I think Denman is from overseas though, where they have real Guinness, not the stuff we get over here.
Okay,
I've got a guy that I've worked with for a long time that's Irish, and he's been to Ireland a couple times. He's like, dude, you wouldn't even believe. I mean, what we have over here is just not remotely close to what you get out of a tap in Ireland, and the Guinness shepherd's pie or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, he's in California. Okay.
Yeah, Packy is originally East Coast. Yes, he's from
Pennsylvania,
Connecticut, I think. Connecticut.
Yeah, somewhere.
I think it's Connecticut.
Somewhere out east. He did just send me a message. He said he got stuck. He got stuck out. So I'm waiting to see if he's going to make it tonight or not.
Tell him even if he just gets on the phone for a second.
Yeah. We'll see. If he makes it, cool. If not, we'll reschedule him for a different time. And
everybody,
just got all you suckers to hang out here for nothing.
All good. Things happen. James, you don't drink. Totally fine. What?
Water.
Clickbait.
Water.
I mean, I like me some water too, just like the next guy. I used to be really good about drinking a lot of water. I need to get back into it.
Yeah.
I was pretty good about it there for a while. And yeah, I definitely need to make myself do it. One piece of turkey, 2 pieces of ham, and pile the plate as high as possible, all sides. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me the sides, baby. Give me the sides. Punching myself in the forehead repeatedly is a blast. I drink a ton of water and usually... Yeah. James shows up with like a giant bottle of water.
Yeah.
Jug of water every week. Actually, isn't it similar to the same one that you guys drag around that looks like margaritas?
Yeah.
Because it's green, so it looks like a big giant jug of margaritas. Had smoked duck one year? Okay. All right. Okay, this is a good answer. Look at Clifton Don's answer. Luke on top.
Yeah.
That's a great response. I can't put the legs and thighs because my house only likes the breast not being dirty. Touche. There's another hat tip for you. And when I say a ton of water, I mean literally walk in with a gallon of bottled water to the league, and it's usually close to, I'm a little guy, and if I drank almost a gallon of water in a 3-hour span, I'd probably pee my pants. Just saying. I mean, I'm not going to deny it. It'll happen. I would go pee, and then I'd turn around and walk out, or I'd walk out and then turn around and go right back. What you looking for in there?
I'm just sending something back to Packy.
Oh.
He thinks he's going to have to reschedule here.
He's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Zach are buddies. They're part of the house. We could probably have them both on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it might be fun to have both of them on to get their different perspectives because Packy's a B7 staffer, and so he's going to be using the new blue. As of now, Zach's a free agent heading into the year. They probably have different perspectives on stuff.
He's throwing a lot of Brunswick stuff, though. A lot of Brunswick stuff. I know that much. Yeah, clickbait. We are sorry, people.
Yeah.
People. It's all right. It is what it is. We'll get him back on here. We apologize. Hopefully you guys still hang out with us and
hang out with us until the football game starts. We might just go on ahead and cut it off at the football game because there's nothing going on. We have nothing else to talk about. We might preface some of the stuff, and now you could get more questions in if you didn't.
Yeah. Football game's gonna start.
We didn't have a chance to get questions submitted, so we can make sure that he's on. We can make him feel really bad, and then about missing it, and then we can get him to stay on for longer, and so we can ask him more questions.
Now he owes us an hour.
So yeah.
I'm down to hang out though. I'm okay with it. So whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I'll hang out for whatever we got going on.
We still got. We only got 50 minutes left. So
yeah.
Just keep throwing in comments in here.
Yeah, I've still got some non-alcoholic beer left.
Nico, yes. Pete Weber did get an invite to the U.S. Open. He
actually did it right because beforehand he just kind of dropped the ball, whatever else. And so this time he actually went through the proper channels, proper steps, whatever else. And of course he got granted an exemption.
Oh.
So yeah, that's really all it took was, what a jip. Yeah, I know, man. I don't get into clickbait much, but I'm going to have to start doing this more often.
Might hop off. House isn't going to clean itself for you. Yeah, you're good, man. You got to do what you got to do. Luke is now Joe Buck, and John is Troy Aikman.
Mm-hmm.
As long as Luke is Joe Buck, I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm. Man.
Troy Aikman is the white Jay-Z. If you go see Jay-Z's face and you see Troy Aikman's face, you'll never unsee it.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, Luke can definitely be Joe Buck. I will be Troy Aikman. That's okay, though. We promised we thought he was coming. It's okay, though. It's no big deal. No big deal. We'll get him on here. I think it'd be a good one to have him and Zach on here. And I will work on Mr. Brad Miller, and I'll get him on here at some point, too.
Oh, yeah. Brad said he'd be on at any point. So
yeah, I can get Brad on whenever you want. Just tell me, I'll text him and say, hey, get on this. He's living now in the St. Louis area. So he's finally moved out of Kansas City, and he's living in St. Louis, and then Kyle's out. At least he was here not too long ago. Yeah, Kyle's out in West Virginia. I think he's out there. His girlfriend's out there.
Oh, okay.
So, I can't even remember her name.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Amanda Green.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, Amanda Green.
We'll get Nico. We'll still get Rhino on. I've got to work on getting him scheduled. So he's already said he would come on the show. It's just we're coordinating schedules. So
next week.
What's in the bags? Nothing's really changed for me.
6th.
I have a thank you, Brent. It's Amanda Green. Thank you. I have a big time coming next week. So there's
I swear to God, they look like if you go on their Instagram and see some of their pictures together, they look like an Invisalign commercial.
Give me a minute. I was not ready for that.
I swear I'm gonna have to find that picture. It's hilarious.
Yes, they won the Lucy. I was. Whew. Okay. All right. Yeah, him and Amanda Green have been together for it's been a long time now. I know he's been spending a lot of time out there in West Virginia, and Brad moved out. They're all staying in the same place, but he's living out in St. Louis now. So he was telling me that it was a lot easier for them to make content and stuff. So and I can understand that, especially in the off season. Damn it! He about killed me, man. Luke and John, what do you think will be the most used 2023 release balls on tour? That's a good question, actually. I'm thinking, obviously the new blue is going to probably be one of the most used balls on the upcoming tour. Outside of that, so if we're going to go with other brands, gosh, I don't know. I mean, Storm Staffers are obviously going to use the IQ-78, right? So, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, I have to say probably those two, the new blue and the IQ-78. That'd be my guess. What do you think? Most used balls on the PBA the 2023 balls, and
probably the new blue. I'm not sure how much the 78 is going to be used. It's not quite a pitch black. It's a whole lot closer than I thought they were going to get. I'm both impressed and a little kind of about it because it's going to be better in certain situations, because there's sometimes where urethane would be the play, but the pitch black is just not strong enough, period, not strong enough early enough. This core really makes it a whole lot earlier. But it flare, you can drill it. That's the thing, is the pitch black, if you want it to flare, you have to really drill it just super crazy, stupid strong, and it still doesn't flare that much. The IQ Tour, you have a whole lot more layout flexibility. You can do all kinds of more things with it. So they'll have a little bit more layout flexibility, but just in general, I think it's a little too early. It's one of those that does everything it's going to do in the first 30 feet and then kind of gives up.
Okay.
So as long as you got everything right in the first 30 feet, it'll just sit there and fade right into the pocket. The pitch black kind of does everything it's going to do throughout the entire lane. And so it's a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more versatile, but there's sometimes where it's just not enough. And I think that in some situations, the 78 is going to be, the IQ 78 is going to be better. But I think universally the pitch black is more usable, more versatile, more often. The 78 is not going to be as good in most situations, but it's going to be better in other situations. So we'll have to see. I mean, it's their only option for urethane, but I actually think that they might be working different things with like tour dynamics. But the problem is that those shine up so fast. Urethane still holds surface a whole lot better than anything else. So
yeah, I could definitely see the tour dynamics coming into being a popular one, because was it the gym that a lot of the guys were using? Because I never threw a gym. I'm just going back to last year. Wasn't the gym one that was heavily used by a lot of the Storm guys because it's pretty chuggy? Is it pretty chuggy? I would assume, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, I see him throwing a lot like on Cheetah and stuff like that. So I was thinking maybe because the gym they can still use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah,
okay.
as long as, anything again that's manufactured, and it's not release dates, it's manufacture dates.
Right. Okay.
And so as long as something is manufactured after August 1st, so like a Zen that's manufactured before August 1st, 2022, you can't use it. If it's manufactured after that, you can use it. So it's not specific ball models that are affected by that. It's the actual pour date, or it's the date that the ball was actually made. It is what that specific ball is made is what they're going to go by.
Okay. Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of them use, if they can't use urethane, and obviously they don't like the IQ78, for example. You're going to see a lot of them throw a lot of chuggy. I'll just use the gym. You're going to see a lot of balls like that. So unless you think something different, I don't know, but that's my thoughts, especially when it comes to friction control. I can see him using that. So maybe I'm crazy, but hey, my thoughts. Are you still talking to him?
Yeah. He's in for Wednesday's work for him, so he's in for our next show, which will be on December 6th.
Okay, so we're gonna have him and Zach then.
So yeah, we'll have him and Zach on together.
We can either have them on together or split it up and do 1 hour one, and so Christopher Inbro, somebody. Anyways, what else we got in here? Keep firing them in.
Oh. Yeah. Keep sending some questions in. Packy is not going to make it tonight.
We apologize.
Y'all have been successfully bait clicked.
Luke, the king of clickbait.
No, he just got held up with what he was doing, and he said to begin with that he wasn't going to be able to be on after 7. He just got hung up with what he was doing earlier. So,
yeah, it's all good.
With the YouTube stuff, he'd say, "Oh, it's not PBA season right now. He doesn't have another job." Well, YouTube is a significantly more involved job than you would expect. So he might have got stuck. He might have got stuck filming a video, because sometimes that stuff can take forever. I mean, the one that I did with him, it was a couple hours.
Yeah.
Because he showed up, and then we have stuff to set up, and then I was talking about how the video is going to go, and then we actually have to shoot, and that takes like a half hour, 45 minutes, and then you talk about some things afterwards and whatever else, and you just end up being there for 2 or 3 hours, and then editing after the fact. And he actually has somebody else edit for him now, but the time coming up with ideas and then filming for stuff and whatever, and then taking care of the business side of it, and it's absolutely a full-time job. If I quit my day job, I'd still be more than plenty busy with YouTube stuff all the time. So, and I've actually got some pretty cool stuff that's coming up. James has been throwing mostly Brunswick stuff now, so that's why he hasn't been showing up in the videos anymore. But I had the thought for a while, and I actually talked to Zach Rhodes about coming on and being an extra reviewer on the channel, because he is on Storm staff. He's normally out there Sundays shooting his own ball videos. He can't stand making videos. I can't stand filming videos. And so I had asked him, I'm like, you know what? He's a really good bowler too. He's got a whole lot more tricks than I do. He throws it slower than James does. He kind of slow rolls it, but he's a really good righty. and he'd add a whole lot to the channel. So I don't know when we're going to start doing it, but he's agreed to be a guest on the show since he drills everything, or a guest in the reviews, because he throws everything. He just does not want to have anything to do with the video production. And I'm like, well, that just helps me out. So I produce the videos, you bowl in the videos, you get your video for incentives, and we're all good. So going to have him showing up from now on. I don't know if it's going to be, we're going to start it with the IQ or whatever comes down the pipeline next.
We actually crossed together Saturday and Sunday this weekend. Zach and I did. Yep. We sure did.
You know what effect PBA urethane ban has had on the retail sales? That's actually a very good question. It shouldn't have much, because the PBA players don't pay for stuff.
No.
You know, if they're on contract, they get stuff. I think depending on the level of contract, I think if you have a national contract, they give you the equipment. You just have to pay to get it all drilled. The PBA ban, it might have a small effect because some of the ones that might be buying them are like regional bowlers or something like that. But this is a point that I'm going to make in my IQ 78 video, is that if you're not a PBA bowler, this does not affect you at all. If you don't bowl national stops or regional stops, you're not affected whatsoever. Keep buying pitch blacks and purple hammers and whatever else works. The new blue is all the rage right now, and it looks pretty good on everything, despite the technical numbers of it. Despite it making the 78 hardness and whatever else, I don't know how it reacts as good as it does, but it does. So I think that new blue sales are putting a little bit of a dent in pitch black and purple hammer sales right now, but the PBA does not they don't hold the effect on ball sales that they used to. Because it used to be that somebody, 20 years ago, somebody would throw a ball on a TV show, and then the pro shop would sell 20 of them the following day.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Nope.
Bowlers sell brands now. They don't sell bowling, unless you're Belmo or unless you're EJ. They don't sell specific bowling balls anymore. So nobody's going to see a pro on a TV, because everybody's like, oh, they can make everything look good, and they're on PBA conditions and whatever else. And so people don't really pay too much attention to the specific balls that they're throwing.
Yeah. I mean, it also doesn't help that all currently, previous to the new rule, all they threw was urethane anyways. So all you were seeing was pitch blacks and purple hammers. So the new biggest hooking ball out there, because the pros weren't doing it. So so they weren't seeing those big balls out there anymore compared to what you were seeing before. So, I mean, that's my opinion. So I don't. That's why. Yeah, I see that thing. Aren't you funny? You talking about this hair? Ooh, I got a scratch on my head.
Oh,
damn the luck.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't see the guys throwing the. If they're not seen as much on TV anymore, like the new cool biggest hook and bowling ball, and they're not throwing it, then obviously they're not going to get sold in pro shops either, though.
And honestly, I think there's a little bit of the PBA rules about the recency of when a ball was manufactured has to do with putting current production products on the air more often, but it also has to do with older balls are a little bit harder to control, manage, whatever else. So they know that balls that are manufactured after August 1st, that's when the hardness rule update took effect. So they know that they're going to be manufactured at a certain standard after that date. So that's something to do with it. But the ball company is pumping an awful lot of money back into the PBA, and so it's kind of a two birds with one stone type of deal. We're going to be seeing more current production stuff that you can actually go out and buy. You're not going to have Simo throwing idols and grenades and all kinds of this other stuff that isn't going to do any good for that isn't going to make any sales for the manufacturer, so to speak.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah, here's another good point. There's too many balls out there to have a significant effect on individual ball sales like it used to be. Yeah, it used to be, you know, if you saw a 3D offset on TV, you were just going to go buy one, a Forest Quantum or something like that, because there wasn't as many balls to choose from. And so when you saw one, you know, the manufacturers, I think, underestimate just how expensive stuff is anymore and how little individuals purchase bowling balls. They're just too damn expensive. Now, at the same time, they wouldn't continually crank stuff out at the rate that they do if the general community wasn't affected by that.
Right.
Because I think it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have something in rotation if it's just not selling anymore. And it seems like people anymore, you know, even before release date, this got announced. It's almost like they get mentally intrigued by it, and then they just don't actually, once it releases, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the next thing? They just get excited about the idea of what a new ball could be, and then they just don't actually buy most of them.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I turned that microphone up, and that's in my ears. That's loud. Sorry. Give me a second.
Eagles game starting. Let me look this up. I did a parlay on the Eagles, just trying to be contrarian. This is probably another one. I haven't bet on a game in like a year, and I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And the first week I tried to do something, I was just going to do a couple of straight bets on the spread, and I got suckered into some stupid parlay. And if I'd have just bet what I wanted to bet, I would have gone fine. Then last week I got suckered into some easy bet, and Joe Burrow ended up going out, so that was great. So
who's Taylor Swift rooting for tonight?
Yeah. So tonight I'm going to be contrarian. I took the spread on the game was plus 2.5 for the Eagles. I took that. I took the money line and I took the over. It was 43.5. So I took the spread, money line, and the over, favoring the Eagles. So we'll see what they are at Arrowhead. The Chiefs do play to the level of their competitors, so I would expect them to play better than they, played against the Broncos, for example.
Thank you for changing our season, by the way.
I know. But I really think that at this point, right now, the Eagles are a better team, because the Eagles, aside from what was it, opening day, or they were terrible. They were terrible, or whatever. They got beat by some scrub team.
They got caught up by, gosh, who was that?
But other than one rough week, they've looked really good. The Chiefs have just been not good, but they've been managing to squeak out games.
They didn't sneak one out against the Broncos, though, did they?
I just think that the Eagles are a better team, and I don't really care so much that they're at Arrowhead. But
give me some Devontae Smith tonight for the win. I saw James in here posting about that earlier. Give me a little Devontae.
They got beat by the Jets.
By the way, I wanted to admit something. I defeated Luke last week in fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
And I'm awful. No, it was actually like 5-4 or whatever it was, because we play off categories.
Yeah.
No,
I like the way that works.
My team's actually not bad. But I also really pay good attention to it, and I get in there and I really, really change out my lineups every day. So
yeah.
It's kind of like baseball. If you don't pay attention to the baseball, you're gonna get beat up. So yeah, I really like the categories thing. It's pretty cool. Can you still hear me okay? I've been messing with the sound.
Yeah, no, it sounds fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and then in fantasy football, I actually had a pretty good week. I'm up 10 points right now, and all I need to have is AJ Brown keep up with Travis Kelce, basically. So
AJ Brown's a stud. They'll be all right.
He'll get enough catches. Kelce would have to score 25 points or something, I think.
Chiefs defense is pretty solid, though. I mean, this might be the best defense they've had under Andy Reid, in my opinion. I could be. You guys may think I'm crazy, but it just going strictly off the eye test and the numbers, I think this is the best defense they had under him. So, come January, man, I think they're gonna be tough. I really do. They don't have the weapons in wide receiver, but
they always manage to get it figured out. It's been kind of the thing of the last several years, is everybody gets all excited and then they look like shit most of the year. They manage to edge out a lot of games, and then when it gets closer to the playoffs, they get it figured out, and then they just start running people over. So,
and also McCole Hardman, thank you also for fumbling against us, but legit, that guy is a bowler now. I don't know if you knew this or not. He actually went into Usry's place.
Yeah, he subs to Olathe every once in a while.
Well, he's subbing now. He was bowling in the league there until he got signed a new contract over the offseason and got traded back to Kansas City. So, guys like that hold a soft spot in my heart. Like Mookie Betts, obviously he played for the Red Sox, so at one point it's a soft spot. But we all got to root for those guys because those guys are good for our game. If they see those guys doing it, come on, right? Bowling's cool at that point. You know what I mean? If McCole Hardman does it, Mookie Betts does it, that means bowling's cool. We should go bowling. Yeah. So that's why I see why the PBA markets them and does stuff like that. But I'll root for McCole Hardman, just not against the Broncos. I hope he doesn't fumble anymore this year.
Yeah.
Sorry,
third and goal, Philadelphia 3 for the Chiefs. Opening drive.
You know what? Didn't you and I talk about actually doing a breakdown pair, just a fun show of doing one, just doing a football one or something?
Yeah, doing a football one day. Just we might have to make it a Mahomes to Watson for 3 yards touchdown.
Oh, okay, all right.
Working towards that over already. I'm not worried yet.
That's gross. You just about made me puke.
Yeah.
Stuff happens. It's all good. Still have fun hanging with you guys and chatting.
Yeah, that'd be great to do a breakdown pair. Just hanging out on a Sunday and watching some games, and it might be something to do for a playoff game or something.
Come on over here. I've got the heck of a setup down here.
Yeah, imagine if the Broncos make the playoffs. We could hook that up.
Put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Don't you do it. I don't know if you'd want to watch a Broncos game with me. I get pretty animated. I say a lot of really bad 4-letter words that YouTube may not like.
Yeah.
So
that just sounds a lot like people are going to be really interested in watching that show.
That's fair. Good point. Oops, accidentally ordered a ball.
I don't have to monetize it. It's not like the shows really make that much anyway.
MV2. Yeah, no, right. MV2 is 140 on Blowers Mart right now. I'm getting ready to go order one when we get off the show. So mine has got 1 million games on it already. Yeah, I know, right? You don't have to monetize it.
Yeah,
but no, we don't want to make less either. So no, we 100% can. So I have a 3 TV setup in my basement where I've got a big one, a couple little ones next to it, and I've got the ticket, so we can sit here and watch whatever you want.
Heck yeah,
football, you got it, baby.
Yep.
And I have Red Zone too. So if you want to just watch Red Zone on one of them and games, I've got it all. So
yeah.
Yep. And I've got Golden Tee down here.
Talking about playoffs?
Except Luke is like I've got a Papa Shot in my basement, and Luke's like the Papa Shot master. So it makes me look like dog crap. I need to get you down on some darts though.
Yeah.
Let's play some darts.
See, I'm skinny and frail, so I need to focus on the games that don't take a whole lot of any. Like I need to get into cornhole is what I need to get into. So by the time I'm a senior, I can go out on the circuit.
Dude, Trevor is a monster at that game.
Yeah.
He was trying to teach me how he does it, like how the way he flicks it, and I'm just like, dude, I can't do that. He's a monster. Like they had that big tournament in town. They had the pros in town.
Yeah, it was a couple months ago because there's somebody that watches the videos that his daughter is actually a professional cornhole player. And I saw her; she was in town for that weekend, and I saw her. He sent me something last time she was on ESPN, and her and her partner actually got second. So, yeah, it was kind of cool. But cool. Yeah,
he actually thought about going to competing. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
All right, hang on. We got some monies.
Bowling with Brent. Oh. He's the one that he donated the code master for the doggos fundraiser. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, sweet. What a guy.
To say thanks for the content, especially all the long streams this past weekend. Really filled up my free time. Yeah, no problem. I had a lot of stuff I needed to talk about.
I'm still finishing up like one of my last categories. So, James, I know you hate me for this, but I'm trying to finish it up. I'll give it to you as soon as possible. I promise. It's just, man, life is so busy for me right now. I got my daughter that has gymnastics 3 nights a week. When we have the show, I'm home, but I'm doing this. You know, I bowl on Tuesday. Wednesday literally is my only night to not do anything. And that's going to, obviously, it's going to flip, right? So Wednesdays, we're going to do the show. Mondays, I'll be off. So it's been awful. We had some concrete work done on the front. I bowled both days last weekend. Man, life just sucks. I used to actually have time to sit and play Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I did. I really did. I used to have time to actually sit and play Call of Duty. I played for a little bit on my birthday. But one of my favorite things to do is on New Year's Eve every year. You know Woody. You met Woody. I play with Woody and Amanda every year. We play. We drink and we just play Call of Duty. We call it Call of Drinking. So we'll just sit and go for hours and hours and hours, and I'm looking forward to it. One of my favorite days of the year. So if you're still watching, Woody, hello. Hurry up, John Kerr. Yeah, I promise. The one my last one, I've got to put a little thought into. I really do. So, and it's prep for the doggo stream, just so everybody knows. I'm awful. Don't sue me. Richard, I think you can tell by the serial number. I don't want to turn. Nobody check. If you don't want a tournament, nobody will check. Sounds like nobody will check my stuff then. Are you still talking to Packy?
Yeah, I'm talking to him. Just talking general stuff here. So.
Oh, you're good, man. We'll get him on. Yeah. So we are good with him for the next show then, correct?
Yeah. He said Wednesdays actually work better for him anyway. So.
Okay, so then Packy, take 2. Once again, we are really sorry, everybody, that made you clickbait that, but it is what it is. Life happens, and we'll move on. Luke and I can pivot and talk to you fine people while we sound and look like idiots. How about that? I am sure my daughter is going to come walking in here at any minute because I know she loves to come down here and put her face on YouTube. So she's not home yet, though. It's kind of surprising. I guess she just got done, so we're good. Illegal equipment is legal regardless of whether you win or come in last. Yeah, I mean, once again, yeah. So F is June of 22. Is that what I missed? Sorry, here, hang on.
What you got?
Oh, just bring on the doggos. Yeah, we're gonna have the doggo stream here. How much would have to be raised for John to be decked out in Chiefs gear for a show? You'd have to raise at least $200.
Yeah, I mean, you used to have season tickets though, so I know you have some Chiefs gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, people.
I didn't like wearing it.
Numbers. Yeah, you have it though.
I have it.
First and 10, KC 42.
$200, and I would wear. I would deck out in Chief stuff. That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, bring on the doggos. Yes, Allie, we have a upcoming stream coming up with Luke, James, and myself. And Angel she kind of sits in the background and does the important stuff while we ramble and talk like idiots. But we'll go ahead and touch on that for a little bit, Luke. I know we've talked about this and had a show on it, but it is coming up, so just a fresh reminder.
Yeah, give me a second. What are we talking about?
Just once again previewing the doggo stream.
Yeah. I got actually I put all the information in the description again. Plus, I did a stream on Saturday night that has all the information. We're giving away like $3,500 worth of stuff. I've got signed bowling balls. I've got a bunch of stuff that's made from old bowling balls. So, yeah, we got a bunch of stuff to give away. That's going to happen December 9th at 6 p.m. Central. the donations are already open. There's information and links to Venmo and PayPal in the description. Follow the instructions. Follow the instructions. There's a link to the rescue website that we're donating to, so you can check them out and see who you're donating to. So yeah, it should be a good time. The last couple of years, we've gotten a little over $6,000, $6,500, and again, we've got a crap load of stuff to give away. So all the information's about that's in the description, and then yeah, I have that live stream that explains absolutely everything that you could want to know about the doggo stream.
I mean, heck, we talked bowling for 3 hours and dogs. What more could you want?
Yeah,
dogs,
yeah, we
dogs
have
and bowling.
It's a year-end recap too, so we're doing we're kind of accumulating more donations, but we're going to have it. We always pair that with the year-end recap. So we're going to talk about bowling balls. We're going to rank them in several different categories. We're going to talk about what happened on the PBA, PWBA, whatever else. It's going to be it's kind of a 2023 recap and looking forward to the next year. So
and no, John, that does not count. I'm not wearing Chiefs gear for the doggo stream. Oh. Anyway, yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully you all come and hang out with us and listen to a couple guys, well, a few guys, 3 of us. So three guys talk about bowling and dogs. Luke, I'm sure we'll share some stories about some of their rescues or a couple of their rescues. I know was it last year the one we kept playing the video? It was Missile, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Missile that we were playing the video and stuff on. So
the mistletoe video.
Yeah, the mistletoe video will break your heart. So looking forward to it. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, your dogs are around. Oh, she wants to see the dogs jump up on the screen on the stream. Yes,
bring on the dogs.
Yep, the dogs can be around. Bring on the doggos. I will send some to Angel here. See if she can send that as soon as you hear it.
You'll hear them come running. She wants to see the dogs jump on the screen.
Yep. Because we have rescue dogs, so that's why we're into the rescue thing.
Is the women's PBA aired on TV? It is not, but they do one tournament. I think it's the tour championship they do on CBS Sports Network.
Yeah, I think they have the Queen. They have a couple of the.
Okay.
Yeah.
Outside of that, it's on Bull TV.
Listen to the doggos.
Here they come. Wait for it. Oh, trust me, I can hear everything in these things. Here it comes. Yep. It sounds literally just like I'm sitting on the set.
Yeah.
Dude, these things rock, man.
Yeah.
Those studio headphones.
Yeah.
Release the hounds. Here they come.
Puppies. Yep. They're on their way, Allie, I promise.
We got about 15 more minutes, so fire away whatever you got in here.
Yeah.
And
click, 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 click.
We'll continue to sit here and chat. Is Riley still doing vids? I haven't seen him in a long time. Or I haven't seen anything in a long time. Sorry. Gosh, I can't read.
He still puts some stuff on Instagram, but
yeah, he's big on TikTok. He's more TikTok.
Yeah.
His TikTok stuff. Yeah, he's more of a TikTok kind of guy.
Come here, Miss. Come here, the Miss. Miss, come here. Measles. Wrong direction, sweetie. Come here. I know you're excited. Come here.
What? Oh, well, okay.
Oh, so come right back.
You're going to go get them all wet and muddy first. Okay.
What's your guy? Okay, we got a couple of questions here. Luke, teach me your release.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm still working on it. It still annoys me.
What's your guys' favorite beer? That's a tough question.
Mine's still got to be New Belgium La Folie. That one's still pretty easy for me. It's a sour, but it's an incredibly complex sour.
No.
Miss.
My favorite beer. That's
tough. Come here, the Miss. Hi, baby, Miss.
Buck. Come here, Buck.
This is not to be a homer, but I do really like Norseman's.
Oh, the Odin's one?
Yeah.
You see Buck. at Storm.
I'm a big IPA guy, so
Oh,
I know. Judge me all you want.
you guys are dingoes.
I'm a big
Pig,
IPA
pig.
guy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's my favorite of all time. Oh, Norseman's Oktoberfest this last year definitely has to rank up there. It was legit. Legit. So
They're coming back. Angel's getting treats.
Yeah, good. I'm pretty basic. I do like Stella Artois. Stella's pretty good. I do like Stella.
I have another Stella Artois.
I'm more of a whiskey kind of guy, though. So I'd rather sit and sip on some whiskey than I would drink a bunch of beer.
Yeah, there is that too. I like drinking beer, but the whiskey is. Mr. Bill got me some 16-year Aberlour.
Did I try that yet?
I think you have because he brought it to me at KCO. So
Yeah, then yes, I did.
we might have to have one week where we sit and sip on some stuff. Buck, come here.
Oh,
Up, Buck.
darn.
Up, Buck.
Hi, buddy.
Nice job, Buck.
Hi,
Meese.
buddy.
Meese. Come here to Meese.
Nice.
Touchdown Eagles.
Aspen. Yep. Touch. Pig. You're gonna have.
Screwball.
I know. Hi,
Screwball
Pickle.
peanut butter whiskey is pretty damn good.
It's
I
actually
will
really
say
good.
that.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Meese. Come here to Meese. Meestos. Come here to
I'm
Meese.
not good enough to get them to try and buy the
Yep. Missile is a German Shepherd cattle dog Papillon mix, so she looks like a little German Shepherd puppy. Come here, Buck. Storm is we haven't had a DNA test done yet, but we think he's a Husky Shepherd mix because he's not. Yeah, we know he's definitely part Husky. Hi, Meese. I know. I need to give Pig. I know. I'm okay. You can have this one, and then I'll give Pig. Come here, Pickles. Aspen is a German Shepherd something mix. We need to do another test on her because her test results came back almost exactly what Missiles were, and that's just not right.
Well,
we think she's actually part Corgi or Shiba.
When we did
Really?
it was a mix of Yuna and mistletoe because
Yeah.
it's by water. It's their saliva, so
Yeah.
their water. They can't share water bowls when you do the test.
Buck.
You really think part Corgi, really?
Yeah, because she looks more like a Shiba than a Corgi, but she's got some Corgi features, but I think she's more Shiba than I think she would definitely have Shiba in her. Hi, Buck.
Okay. All
Be the
right.
best,
Cool.
Buck.
Man, actually this kind of works out though. Thinking about it, with Packy missing tonight, not being able to come on, even though we entertained it. If we can get him both Zach on at the same time, that's gonna be a good time, man.
Yep.
It'll be a good fun show.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that. Shoot, can that be tomorrow?
No.
No, I know. Ain't.
Yeah.
We have James over here tomorrow. We can't do it.
Yeah, James is gonna come drill some stuff tomorrow. I think. As long as
My big time hasn't come in yet, by the way. Oh, speaking of that, I need to fix my thumb and my pitch black. I really wish I would have had my pitch black this weekend. I could see that one been a good bounce off the purple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was a little frustrated with that. That was my fault, though. I just need to. It's a little too long. We need to just move it up. Thumb.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Roads, phenomenal bowler. Oh, yeah. Stormstad Lawrence. What else? We got about 11 minutes here. So if you've got something like super important to ask, go for it. If not, we're just going to hang out and you're going to hear everybody talk.
$8 from 1,000, by the way. $9.99.
Oh. Yeah, for the doggo fundraiser, we're almost to $1,000 on donations already. So
Sweet.
Buck.
Let's go.
Buck. DINGO.
Keep it up.
DINGO. Storm
Love
Dog.
it.
Aspen.
It's going to be a fun night.
Aspen, come here, sweetie. Come on. Aspen Pig. Hi, Pickles. Hi, Pig Dog. What you doing, Pickles?
Oh,
Best pig?
Storm's always right there.
Yeah. He's always got to be nice here. Did you get it, Pickles? Aspen, come here.
He might be the most.
Like, you don't
YouTube
have
famous.
treats anymore.
He's YouTube famous now.
Doing that nonsense. Me still.
That's a good question. Why do you call Storm Buck?
So it's Bucko. I call him Bucko, and so I call him Buck. Just I don't call dogs by their actual names. Missile has like 15 different names, but Storm is Storm Dog, Bucko, Buck, DINGO, and Dingo was his name-o. And Ding Ding and several other things I can't see on YouTube. Miss, come here, Miss. And
James got a good question for you there too when you're ready.
Yeah. Missile is actually, her name is Mistletoe, and she was part of a Christmas litter. And so she's got a sister named Holly and a brother named Blitzen. But we just call her
Mistletoe because it sounds like missile. No.
Yeah.
So it sounds like we're scolding her. So
we just call her Missile.
Mistletoe unless we need her for something.
It is
Ninja, Rabbit, Meese.
Tweety Bird.
Yeah, Tweety
I just
Bird.
call her Meese when I come over.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Why don't you go for it? What's a personal highlight on the lands for you in 2023?
Well, 2023 has been awful when it comes to bowling. So, I mean, other than the last few weeks, Lawrence has been okay, but
3.
I would have to go with I had a really good tournament in St. Joe for the doubles.
Buck.
Personally bowled really, really well that day. So that'd be my highlight. Brent and I got second in doubles that day. We should have won.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people are watching their one, but
hey,
can't be 400 pins a handicap. But I mean, that's probably the probably the best executed day of my season for sure, where I just bowled flat out really good all day. So it was kind of like one of those the Tulsa day, Luke, that you would know, or even when I bowled well in Wichita. So it's well executed day. That would be the highlight of my year. It's not been a great year for bowling for me. I'm not gonna lie. So I still want to hold one of those checks one time for David Mike. It'll happen hopefully at some point in time. That was my day to do it, and just didn't get it done. So
we'll make a big check and we'll put $1 on it.
I love it.
Your own big check.
I love it. I'll take a picture of it and be gladly proud of it.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
I haven't shot 300. I haven't shot 300 in a couple of years, and so I got one of those, and things have started to click here recently. And I've had several 750s. I had I got second in doubles at the KCO with Joe. Yep. Shot 750 in there, or 730 or something in that set, and then I shot 750 in team, and then we go down to Tulsa, and we'll just not talk about team, but I shot 710, 750 in doubles and singles. We're gonna cash in doubles and
thank you
singles and the 6 game, and so yeah, just throwing it better in general, and throwing it better is gonna translate to other stuff. So I'm just happy that I'm throwing it halfway decent now. So
man, you're throwing it great right now. I'm proud of you.
Good.
I mean, I can't say enough good things about you right now, man. You're throwing it really good.
Yeah.
If we do end up catching that check though for doubles, that's pretty awesome. That means we will have gone. That's back-to-back double appearances for us. Catching at least a check.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool if we made a Panda Pack check.
Like
when y'all won and you actually took a picture.
Yeah.
That would actually be kind of cool.
Miss.
Eventually, Luke and I are both going to connect, and we're going to do it at the same day. It's going to be amazing.
Hey, Tweety Bird. You Tweety Bird?
I tell you what, there's one thing I will say. I bowl a lot of stuff with Brent Coleman. I love Brent. He's my buddy. I love the heck out of bowling doubles with you, man. I enjoy the heck out of it.
Yeah, it just works most of the time.
We just gel, you know. Even just personality wise, we just gel. So
yeah, definitely.
I enjoy the heck out of it. I love you both. You and Angel both in there. You always are friends of the Haas family. So
Aspen, come here.
Oh yeah. Need to get together to do some more hangout stuff. We kept talking about it, but we haven't actually got aside from Trevor's beer and chili, but we can.
Yeah,
we'll make something work, and maybe we can come over again when Chris and Hunter are here, so that Riley and Ray can play a little bit more.
The other thing is you talked about practicing your smoking.
Yeah. I need to practice. I need to
not
work.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. I got a smoker now, so I just need an excuse to be able to use that, and we can have a drill party over here, or
I might even bring my electric one over. because that one's easy, really easy to carry around. I mean, you and I we've come up with something crazy recipe and try it.
Yeah, and then I've
just,
got
you do one, I do something. That'd be cool.
Cooking like pork or brisket's gonna take hours. So.
Yeah, so we can hang out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Hodge, you can make the smash burgers while we're waiting on the pork.
I can do whatever you want. That's I actually enjoy cooking, so whatever you want.
Ding ding. I've got to practice my chili for next year too. So Buck, Storm Dog, come here. It's almost time. You want to say goodbye to the people? Buck. Hey. DINGO. Come here,
buddy. Oh,
nice, buddy.
Hey, now you're in my spot. Move.
You nice, buddy.
He says, "Well, you didn't come sit in it."
You need to Bucko. We like the ears. Oh yes. Oh, we like the ears.
He's on concrete. He's probably sliding.
Oh my God, we like the ears, don't we?
Probably
You a
need to
good
put,
Buck?
a rug or something behind you so he can stand up.
Oh, Nick.
Buck?
Nick Farrell. I just shot 722 yesterday. Anchor on the team. Oh, yikes. Bye, ding ding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, is Bucko.
Once again, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. It was a good night. Sorry, Packy didn't make it. We will make it up to you. I promise he will be coming on. Hopefully, well, I can't say I promise. He'll be on the next show. I know Zach will be with us for sure.
Yeah.
But hopefully we'll have both of them.
Yeah. I've got to change the thumbnail and the title now because I can. Not showing up to a live stream is one, not making it for the live stream is whatever stuff happens. We had, when we were doing the Muller show, sometimes stuff just happens. People can't make it. And so that's just what happened here. But I know I'm going to hear it if I leave the, if I leave the thumbnail like that. So I'll have to get that fixed. I
promise everybody it's just life happens. He's a good guy. He really is. And I'm excited to get him on here. And hopefully, actually, if we get him on here a little longer, it's going to be even better. So, go ahead and continue to send us questions because we might have some more time to send them some more. So, now you can include Zach Wilkins. He is a two-handed righty, so he has made a TV show. He is really cool, and he likes to drink beer. So
and we don't know which company he's going to be with yet going forward. He was in the top 50 in points in the PBA season last year. So,
and that was with him chasing the rabbit squads.
Yeah.
So that's still pretty impressive.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'd say we're going to go on ahead and sign off. The Chiefs and the Eagles game is tied at 7 right now, I believe. So we'll go see how that goes. I'm going to get a snack before bed. What? Yep. Something just. Oh, why is it just sitting good? Deep Swift right in for 4 yards touchdown.
That's all.
Happened like a million years ago.
Also, as a reminder, while he's looking at his watch, we are moving the show temporarily to Wednesday nights. And that's due to football because we know everybody likes to watch football, and we really would like your eyes tuned in on us. So we're going to move to Wednesday nights.
Yeah. So Wednesday nights during football season. So the next show will be December 6th.
And hopefully that'll have Zach Wilkins and Packy Hanrahan on it. So.
Packy and Zachy.
Love you all. Tell a friend something. Be a friend. Tell a friend something nice could change their life. Got to pull a Pat McAfee on you.
Yeah.
So, all right. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We will see you guys in 2 weeks on a Wednesday night.
Yep. See you later.